Well, Jailin Cherry is a true LSU Tiger. This is her 5th year with the program. Already earned your college degree.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
How was that? Was that difficult along the way to juggle those things?
It was. Time management is a big thing when trying to get your degree, and you learn that very quickly just coming out of high school. So it was pretty difficult on the time management end, but I've always been pretty smart and good with my grades. So.
Well, good deal. Your 5th year here, and I can imagine you've never had more fun than what you're having right now, huh?
Yeah, it's very exciting. The experience that I'm having this year, I haven't had this much fun playing basketball the last 4 years, I could say. Just to be finally free, it's just fun to be out there and play. Like, we're just out there literally just having fun. I feel like I'm back at home, being that kid on the playground, just playing the game that I love.
What do you mean by free?
By free, just playing, like just being able to go out and shoot whatever shot that I want to shoot, and literally just playing my game and having a clear head of just going out there and having fun and not worried about if I'm messing up or not or what's coming after. Well,
not only is the team enjoying the best success they've had since you've been here, your numbers are the best they've been. You're almost averaging 10 points a game. When you were a freshman, you were only averaging 2 points or something like that when you got in, and I think that speaks to the transfer portal and things like that as well. I mean, the transfer portal can help, but if you would have left, you wouldn't be part of what you're a part of right now as well. So, and your assists, I see that your assists are the most you've ever had.
Yeah.
That's a combination of good passes and those guys hitting the shots, right?
Yeah, they've been stepping up, making a lot of good plays for me. I just do my best and try to find my teammates when they're open. They find me when I'm open, and we all just gel together and come together when the game is going.
This collection of guards, Kayla right now, I'm having a discussion. I haven't really done my research on who should be SEC Player of the Year. You're really early in the year, but I would imagine she's got to be a candidate for that.
She should be. If she's not, she definitely should be. She's been a phenomenal season. She's always been our go-to player, but this year she stepped it up a lot more. Along with Alexis coming in with us, we have so many pieces around her. You can't really just focus in on her. You got to focus in on all of us. You can't just. She has help now. That's the best way I can put it. That she has so much help around her.
I want to talk to you about your confidence, but if you watch Kayla play, her confidence, she's spotting up on some of these three-pointers and taking them now. Yeah. Well, maybe in the past, think about it. I don't know if I want to or not. It seems like her confidence is sky high right now.
Yeah, confidence not only between just us two, but throughout the whole team is very contagious. So we're all playing at a high level right now. Kayla pulls up whenever she feels like it. I pull up whenever I feel like it. Lex pulls up whenever she feels like it. So confidence is big. It's big for this team, and this really what's keeping us going is how the swag that we have now, the confidence that we have, and the trust that we have in each other.
Yeah, I mentioned the transfer portal. Obviously, Alexis Morris, her addition to this team. Just watching her play the other day against Vanderbilt, just so smooth.
Yeah.
Her release, her shot. If you can share some thoughts about what it's like to team up with her.
Oh, I love Lex. She's a dog. She wants to get better each and every day. She knows the game and she wants to learn more. She's always. Coach had this picture of Michael Jordan and his coach, and she said good players listen with their eyes, basically. So we all come through that, and Lex recently just posted a picture like staring in the coach's eyes. So she translates everything to the game from what coach says. She's just an all-around good player. She knows the game, and I love playing with her.
And the bigs as well, Faustina Fua, she's been here a long time, and she too is getting that ball on the block and going up strong and doing things that maybe we've seen before, but she's doing it now so consistently.
Foss has been putting in work. We've all been putting in work, and the work that you put in translates over to the court, along with what we was talking about before, confidence. So Foss's work that she's calling coaches like, okay, can we get in the gym before practice? Let's work on these moves. And the moves that she's working on is happening in the game. So Falls has been big for us these past couple years, and she's been extremely big for us this year.
And when you work and you put time into your craft, you do it because you want to be the best. But certainly it always feels good when you get acknowledged, recognition. And you take a look at the last several crowds at the PMAC. You had over 9,000 for the South Carolina, 6,000, 7,000. How does it feel to see the fans coming out and giving you that energy in the building now?
It felt good to be relevant. And Coach, we knew that they was gonna come. Sometimes they wanted to see Kim, but they also want to see us and how hard we're playing and what we're doing on the court, on and off the court. So it feels really good to know that we have the LSU fan support and that they're going to keep coming back and keep cheering for us, because we need that. We need the crowd's energy. That's what, along with confidence, that's what keeps us going, is the crowd. When we get down by 10, they're still up, just yelling. They're just doing everything that to keep us up, and we love that. We love coming out and be able to hype the crowd up and have them cheer for us, and signing autographs and taking pictures. Like, we love all that. Yeah.
And as much as you want to say, well, I play the same whether the arena is full or if it's not, it's got to bump you up a few notches.
It bumps you up a lot. It's the difference between playing just without a crowd and playing with a crowd. It's entertaining. I know it's entertaining for the fans to watch, but it's also entertaining for us to be on the court and be able to look up in the stands and see thousands and thousands of people. We never had that in our 4 years until now. So
yeah, and on top of that, previous year with the COVID season too, when you go on the road too as well. I mean, just wasn't there. The energy wasn't there.
So it's kind of like basketball is getting back to how it was, with the crowds, and not necessarily for LSU, but basketball in general. Allowing attendance to come back, and COVID is still here, but we still have fans. So
yeah. Good deal. Well, I've gone all this way by basically not mentioning, I guess, the biggest factor in all this, your head coach, Kim Mulkey. And do you remember the first time you met her and what she told you?
The first time I met Kim, she sung the Pascagoula Squirrel song. And I didn't know much about it. My mom knew much about it, but she was like, you got to go look it up. You got to go look it up. So I looked it up and listened to the song, and I was like, okay, little squirrel from Pascagoula running through the church. Like, I got it. And then we met again at the softball game, and she told me, tell me what kind of player you are. And I was like, I'm a hard worker. You're going to get the best out of me in any way that I can give it to you. I love defense, and that's really it. I love the game of basketball. So it was like, we're going to be good together.
Yeah, because when she first got hired, it was such a huge story, not just in a sports sense, but news, leading off every newscast or whatever. So everywhere Kim went, there was a camera. Okay, here she is. And so when she was at those softball games, I noticed one day that you two were having a conversation. I was being a little nosy from a distance, but I could hear her saying, now, Jailin, you got to drop in that defensive stance, and you got to. And it seemed like, just me watching you, that you were a sponge. You were soaking everything in from the get-go.
She's one of the greatest to coach this game, play this game as well. So I looked at this as another opportunity to, gain knowledge of the game, because you can never stop learning. So I'm a sponge to her. Like, everything that she lets out of her mouth, I'm listening. I just want to know everything that she knows, because I do want to be a coach one day. So to have her as my role model right now, and literally being in the flesh and playing under her, is going to do nothing but good for me. So I just try to take in all the knowledge that she gives out.
And maybe there was, maybe there wasn't. There's always that anxiety maybe when a new coach comes in, the previous team isn't successful. Is she going to run us all off, or what's going to be the deal, or I need to prove my worth, right? And it just seemed like certainly you and some of the people I mentioned previously got on board immediately, and here you are.
Yeah, it was a lot of nerves in the beginning, but we all bought in, and we knew that with the captains or the seniors, really, that it all started with us. So if we didn't buy in, nobody else would have bought in. So we all got together, and it was like, this is our last year. This is it for college-wise. So why not? You know, it's an opportunity. It's a great opportunity to play under somebody so well known in the basketball industry. So it's like, all right, let's do this.
Yeah. What makes her the way she is? What is it that's bringing out the most in you guys right now as a coach?
She's just real, you know, and we know her status. Like, not saying that it's like a bad thing, a good thing, but we just know her. You know, a lot of people don't know the real her. You know, she's a funny person. She gives us her true intuitions. We give the same thing back. So it's really like a respect thing. So I don't know. It's just something about her. She's fiery. It makes us fiery, and everything that she says, we just want to get better at.
Yeah. And she said that right away when she got here. She goes, "These are my players," meaning who she was inheriting. You know, I'm not coming in here to clean house or whatever. And she didn't. She took in Alexis Morris and Hannah. Those were the two big new additions. But for the most part, it's just been really beautiful to see you guys come together and have the success you've had so far.
Yeah, it's been it's like everything's planning out. We're falling into places, and key pieces is just all coming together. And you know, it's really. It's a blessing. That's basically the only way I can really explain it, because I wasn't in the best position. My 4 years, you know, I didn't do so well. I did good enough, but I didn't do so well in my eyes. And now that we're all here, we're all gelling together, and we're literally just playing basketball, it's beautiful. Like, I love it. I just love this team so much, and like what we're accomplishing. Like, I know my mom's proud of me, and I'm just proud of this team, and that's, yeah.
In a recent press conference, you were talking about your confidence, and you used the term, I used to check out. I would check out at times.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I get down on myself. I'll mentally shut down. If things weren't going my way, I'll mentally shut down, and you'll lose me for the rest of the game, basically. So, literally throughout my 5 years now, I've been working mentally, so hard mentally on not being able to check out. And you see the growth that I have from freshman year to what I am doing now. Because freshman year, I made a mistake, it was over with. I can make a mistake now, I might get mad at myself for a little bit, but I'm on to the next play. I'm gonna take that out on my opponent, because we still got a game to play. So that's what I mean by check out, is like, I'll shut down, and I don't shut down anymore.
Yeah. It's kind of like a football player who drops a pass, or a defensive back who gives up a big play. You move on to the next play, right?
Yeah.
It's the same kind of.
The game's too fast for mental breaks, and I've learned that throughout my 5 years, and I finally actually got a hold of that and got a hold of my, my mental issue that was holding me back.
As we're sitting here, it's mid-January, and it's not time to throw a parade or think anyone's arrived, but certainly I think what's been impressive about this team is how you've handled success and moved on. Even, for example, I know you guys don't look at moral victories, but I was very impressed the other day. You play South Carolina here, the #1 team in the country.
Yes.
You take them down to the end. There's 9,000 people there. You don't quite get it done. And there would have been a million reasons to go to Auburn and have a letdown that day. There's not a lot of people there. This is a team we're supposed to beat, etc. And you just went out and crushed them that day.
Yeah.
I think that kind of spoke to the maturity of this team right now.
We're the oldest team in the SEC. You know, we have seniors. We have, you know, 5th year, 6 years falls. But you know, we can't let your failures define you. South Carolina, they're a good team. You know, we took them down to the wire, but we couldn't let that loss affect us the rest of the season. That loss doesn't define us, and we knew that. So we was angry, we hurt, we felt the loss in South Carolina. So we don't want to feel that again. We didn't want to feel that again. So we did what we had to do. We responded the right way. We came back to practice and literally drenched in sweat, because we knew what we had to do.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, we just can't let our losses or our failures define us, and we've learned that as a team to, you know, just keep pushing forward regardless of what's going on.
Yeah. And Coach Mulkey, to her credit, I've seen her say it on television, press conference, I did not inherit a the cupboard was not bare. She inherited some good players and players that Coach Fargas recruited and coached, and yourself and whatnot. And at the same time, I want to make it clear, as we praise the new coach, we don't want to disparage the old coach. You know, it's just the way things went here.
I love Nikki. Yeah.
Yeah, she was 4 or 5 years here.
Yeah. Me and Nikki have one of the best relationships I can say. Like, I can call her right now and, you know, not even talk about basketball, but personal. You know, she asks how my mom's doing. You know, so yeah, I love Nikki to death. She's an amazing woman. Probably one of my go-to, a mentor for me as well, and you know, I can literally talk to her about anything. So, she's one of the best in the business.
Good deal. As Coach Kim is winning games, on a lighter note, the outfits each game are gaining more and more. I mean, do you look forward to what she's going to wear each game, or what?
I'm into style, so I like when she comes in the locker room. I like to see what she's going on. So we all hype her up and what she got going. So I love the little blazers that she's coming out with. And yes, Coach got some drip, man. I love it. I really do love it.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Just a few lighthearted things with you. This is a question I like to ask different sports, different teams. I usually get a funny answer. So in team meetings, who is the player that asked the silliest or perhaps stupidest questions during like team meetings or practice, and you're like, I can't believe you just asked that, or
Tamia.
Okay.
Yeah. Whatever comes to her mind. We had a family day, right? This last against Vanderbilt was our family day. So after we had a reception, before the game we met and they was going over all the details with us. So T asked, "We gonna get food?" Like, it's a reception, you know. So it's like, of course we gonna get food, but you know, that's the first thing that came to her. We gonna get food.
She had to plan ahead. You know?
Yeah, she had to
Do I need to
plan
get a
ahead.
snack before I go? Or?
Yeah, but yeah, I had to say tea.
Yeah, and that was, and you mentioned it, you did a family day, and I'm sitting at halftime, I'm like, did I miss it? Is it senior day? Do I need to run out here?
Yeah.
You know, because here we are in the middle of the year. But at halftime, instead of going to the locker room and talking strategy or whatever, you guys had a big ceremony. That was very unique and different.
Family is big throughout this whole team, but especially with Coach. You know, family is her main priority. You know, you still got basketball, you still got us, but you know, she's going to take care of her family and her priorities first. So, and I think that trickle down on all of us. Like, she always tell us to handle our family problems first, or problems are not just family. Family is the biggest thing. We're all family oriented and we love each other. Yeah,
that certainly has got to be a huge part of culture, recruiting, maintaining a program, and I'm bouncing around, but just as it popped in my head, I just want to say that Missouri game the other night you guys played. That had to be one of the best women's games I've ever seen in person. I mean, those girls could shoot, huh?
Yeah, credit to Missouri. They're a tough team to beat. You know, they never stop fighting, and they're not just gonna give up. And they're gonna come at you with their best shot every time. So, for us to get that win, that was really big for us. And you can't overlook Missouri at all. You know, they're a great team. You know, they have literally every key piece. It's hard to guard them. It's hard to guard with 5 out. You know, with 6'5", and you got Frank who can shoot the 3, crazy. So, you know, you can't overlook Missouri at all.
Well, that just goes to show you. I mean, don't ever get caught up in rankings and a number next to a team.
Any day, anybody
who beat South Carolina. Missouri beat South Carolina, the only team that's done so to this point, right? They made 15 three-pointers against you guys. You lose Autumn Newby, who, you know, your defensive specialist, your top rebounder, and somehow you guys got to kind of gut this out in overtime. So.
Just learning how to handle adversity through our years, because we are a veteran group of seniors, and you know, we know Autumn went out, so we know we had to pick it up on the rebounding and the defensive end. We know what we have to do when adversity hits, and that's the best thing about this team.
Talk to me about Autumn, a big new addition to your team that Coach Fargas and the previous staff had recruited here, and she was doing so well with the rebounding and her play. I mean, it had to be really tough. Of all the games I got to miss, seriously, my old team Vanderbilt, but she'll be back. So, what does she bring to this team?
Autumn I can tell you off the court, she's funny. You know, I'm going to give you off the court first. She's funny, she's hilarious, lovable person, very headstrong, and, you know, smart, very intelligent person. Basketball-wise, all two player, defensive rebounder, top defensive rebounder. She goes and get the boards. I try to get out of the way most of the time because I don't want to steal her rebounds. So defense. There's not many post players that can guard on the perimeter. You know, she brings that to us. So she brings a lot of different things that we need, and she just plays her role, and she does it so well. And, you know, she could do more, but she knows that we have what we already have. We have all the key pieces, so she just doesn't overdo it. You know, she brings in consistency. She's always going to get the rebounds. She's always going to play defense. Awesome.
A few more things here with Jailin Cherry. You talk about a rebound, and Kayla Pointer just walked out the door. Here's a 5'7" guard who's about to have 500 career rebounds.
Yeah.
She says it's all about heart.
It is. Defensive rebound is literally heart. It's grit. It's wanting to go get the ball. It's wanting to have the ball in your hands. And you know, you can't teach that. You can't teach heart. You initially just have to have it. And Kayla has that. On defensive end, offensive end, she wants the ball in her hands, so she's going to get it. And I'm super proud of her. We came in together. It's literally like my best friend. I tell her everything. She tells me everything. And you know, we just kept going through this little this time that we have together. So I'm super glad. I love playing on side of her, and I'm just extremely proud of her and things that she has accomplished.
Awesome. So as your final stretch run here at LSU, if you have to listen to one song before a game to get you hyped up, what song would you listen to?
I have a lot. I'm a YoungBoy fan, so
he's one of my favorites.
Yeah. His new song, Fish Scale, it gets me in my little mode.
What's the name again?
It's called Fish Scale.
Fish Scale.
By NBA YoungBoy. Okay. I'm a YoungBoy fan. But I listen to a lot of people. My cousin, Creole Cherry, he's a rapper. I listen to him a lot. And he gets me going too. Just a back home feeling, you know, just gets me in that mode to do what I need to do. So it's out of them two, YoungBoy and my cousin, Creole Cherry.
Okay, all right. If Jailin Cherry wants to get a bite to eat in Baton Rouge outside of what you have here on campus or what LSU provides, where would you go?
Right now? Ooh. All right, so a lot of times we go to, not even for actual food, it's Playa Bowls, the little fruit bowls.
Yeah.
I go to Playa Bowls every day.
Okay.
Every day, to the point where they know my order.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
so
that's over there by the Fin
It's on Burbank. Yeah, I go there every day. I love the acai bowls, the little Nutella, the granola. Yeah.
Diet's important, right? You just can't eat steak and potatoes every day. You gotta
and
fruits
then
and vegetables in there.
And we starting to go to the dining hall too. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the one course you took here that when you were done, you were like, I never want to see this class again? What was your toughest?
Toughest course. It had to be freshman year, biology.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a lot of information that I just don't want to learn again. Yeah, it's just every other course was basically towards my major. I love math. I'm a numbers girl. Yeah. But biology, yeah.
It's something about that freshman year. They just throw everything at you.
Yeah.
I mean, whether it's on the court here, where you're trying to learn, or
but in the classroom, it was different.
Well, it gets easier, right?
It does get easier. I can tell you that. It does get easier.
Well, look, I really enjoyed this visit.
Thank you.
Congratulations on all your success.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I know you're just getting started. Jailin Cherry, senior here with the LSU Lady Tigers.
Yes, sir.